So we're taking 28 photos at 28mm today. So I did a video a little while ago about this camera that I've been using, a film camera. I kind of want to recreate that feeling. The best way to do it would be to limit myself with what I'm allowed to shoot with. But it's freezing. And it's raining. I did not pick a good day to shoot this video.
I'm just waiting for something in the park.
Wait, what is that?
I'm just waiting for something in the park.
Editor Alex here. I just wanted to let you know about today's video sponsor, Static Noise. They've kindly sponsored all of my GoPro footage, muted my voice and covered everything in a nice hiss. I'm not sure how I'm going to get round that one.
While Editor Alex figures that out, I'll explain the rules. Rule number 1, all photos must be taken at 28mm. As you'll see in a bit, this actually turned out to be a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. And honestly, I'm just hoping by the end of the video I'm better at 28mm than when I started. That leads nicely on to rule 2. I've only got 28 shots available. That includes misfires, any accidental shots, missed focus, anything. I've got 28 times I can press the shutter and that is it. Simple rule 3, each image has to be unique or different, so no repeating frames, none of the same shots over and over. I don't want to cheat, I actually want to get better at this. Starting out shooting at 28mm was really tough. I felt a lot of resistance. I wanted to go home, I wasn't enjoying the focal length, I really struggled with my framing, I just wasn't having a great time. But I thought if I push through this, something's got to come out of it. Normally when I'm shooting street photography, I shoot a lot of people as my subjects, and they're normally quite central to the framing. If you're at 28mm, you have to get really close. I'm such an introvert, I really struggled getting that close to people and taking photos of them. So even though I was struggling to get close to people, I carried on regardless. I captured this frame at my favourite spot. I wish I'd got a bit closer, so in the next frame, when I lined myself up, I made sure to get closer than I normally would. Here I made a bit of a mistake. My camera had been turned off, so when I turned it back on it was in a continuous shooting mode. So rather than capturing one frame, I captured 3. Bit of a waste of my 28 shots, but at the same time, I'm sort of happy with the photos. This last photo was a bit of a test. I'd already taken this photo previously on a film camera, and I really just wanted to line the two up and see how they looked next to each other. Instead of focusing on people, I started focusing on my surroundings. At 28mm, it gives you a lot more scope. And even then, I wasn't entirely happy with the images. So I started thinking creatively about my shutter speeds and how I could use motion and the surroundings. That way, I started to get some images that I was really happy with. With my new creative spark, I lined up this photo and slowed my shutter to 1/4. That way, when the bus went past, I got a really nice trail with the people stood perfectly still. For this one, I tried to risk it on a panning shot with a single frame rather than a continuous shutter. I'm surprised I nailed that image. Carried on walking and capturing frames. I was really happy with some of these. They're more environmental and a little bit less street, but I'm really happy with the results. The sun started to set and it started to look really gorgeous. On this one, I slowed my shutter back down to 1/5 to get that bus nice and blurry. Really chuffed with this shot. At this point it had started to rain. I got this picture of the guy walking past, really slow shutter, nice and blurry. And then as I was walking away, I spotted this leading line shot. So I decided to frame up the tower within the lines, another one that I'm really happy with. Crossing the road here, I spotted this guy crossing the opposite direction. He looked really isolated amongst the massive frame, so I snapped that photo. Then the last shot, I slowed my shutter right down and captured this car coming under the bridge. Another one that I was really chuffed with. So after shooting at 28mm for the entire day, I realised that the creative power of having less is that restraint really makes you think more. Really makes you think about your framing, makes you think about your shutter speeds, things that I don't always think about. And that's a real power, because if you can do that with one focal length, when you're carrying more focal lengths, it just gives you more choice. Something I'm going to keep practicing.